Greetings, legends, and welcome back to Apex Updates. This is 10 tips for beginners that the game does not tell you. Number 1. Have you ever went to look over a wall, but you had to sit on top of it to look over it, and then you get shot because you're very obvious to see? Well, you can actually stop your character from climbing on top of the wall right before you hit the top, and your character will sit there and peek over the wall if you want to reduce the chance that you get seen, but you can still have a clear view over the wall to see where all the enemies are. A lot of people don't know this. It's a very handy tip. And on to the next tip. So have you ever wondered how the jump master got decided? Like, who randomly gets picked the jump master? Well, basically it decides this by whoever picks their legend last in the pick screen is the person who becomes the jump master. But of course you can use the relinquish button to change that and let someone else be the jump master if you don't feel comfortable choosing where you go. Tip number 3. So have you ever wondered how they get legendary gear? Have you ever seen people with it or seen it in a video or something and be like, how do you get that? Well, the best place to find legendary gear is in supply drops or in lifeline supply drops. So if you want to go after those legendary gears, get a lifeline and just feed her ultimate accelerant. That is probably one of the best legends in the game because she can just give you some great gear really quickly, really often. Very handy, has a good ability as well, so it's just an extra tip in this video, I guess. So, the 4th tip is, while we're on the topic of legendary gear, we may as well talk about what it really is. It doesn't actually have any better values than purple gear, it just gives you an extra little bonus. So as you can see here on the screen, this is a tweet by one of the developers. This is telling you what all the different bits of legendary gear do. As you can see, the helmet makes your abilities cooldown quicker. You can see that the shield makes it so when you execute someone on the ground, you get a little bit of extra health. I think this is probably the weakest one. You can see that a legendary weapon comes with all the attachments already on it. This is very helpful if you can find one early on. You can see that the backpack makes it so that you use your consumables half as fast. This is so handy. You can see that the knockdown shield makes it so that you can revive yourself once in the game without having a teammate around and such. This is handy in some situations, but something to be aware of is it's not the same speed as a normal revive. This takes about 10 seconds and it's very obvious. You do a very distinct animation, so you have to be very careful. Make sure you're out of everyone's sight when you use this, but it can be very handy. So this is the 5th tip. It's a nice easy one that I think most people know and you will pick up on quite quickly, but the game doesn't tell you, so I think it's worth saying in this video. Basically, there's no fall damage in this game, which is very handy, so jump off the highest place you can find as often as you want. Just keep jumping off everything. You'll take no damage. It's great. Up on number 6 here is the fact that have you ever really needed an attachment and wanted to tell your team that you're looking out for that attachment so they can tell you if they see it, but say you're not in voice or you just don't want to type it out, or you do type it out anyway, but it's a bit cumbersome. Basically, you can go into your inventory, hover over the slot for that attachment and ping it, and it will tell your team, oh, I need an extended mag or I need a shotgun grip or something. This is handy if you don't have direct communication with your team. This is very helpful. So number 7 is that you can actually see your team's gear. A lot of people don't know this, but obviously you can see their shield by just looking at their shield health bar and seeing its color or just how many slots it has in general. But how do you know what helmet they have or what knockdown shield they have or what backpack they have? Have you ever wondered that? So you don't go around pinging every single thing and they might have something better? Well, basically you can actually go into your inventory and at the bottom left you can see their portraits and it'll say every single bit of gear they have. Very helpful to stop going around pinging everything. Hope this helps. So number 9 here is another little tip with the ping system, is that a lot of people I've seen on Reddit and on the internet in general complain about is that they can't find enough ammo. This can be especially hard when you're not playing with a communicating team because you can't really tell each other when you find ammo and you don't really know what type of ammo your other teammates have because you're not always looking at their weapons and there's no way to look at it in the UI. Well, if you go into your inventory, you can hover your cursor over the weapon you need ammo for and ping it, and your character will say, oh, I need light ammo or I need heavy ammo. This can be very helpful when you're not working with a communicative team, which I think is this game's specialty is helping you with people that don't talk. So the actual number 9 one, sorry about that, is the fact that you can actually break doors. I've seen a lot of people struggle with the fact that you can get stuck on doors. Say there's someone constantly closing it on you, or there's something in front of it blocking it. You can destroy doors by kicking it or blowing it up with any kind of explosive such as frag grenades or arc stars, or an ultimate which has an explosive such as Bangalore and Gabriel. So last but not least is the fact that you can find little loot boxes around the map. So they've got the same graphic as the loot box in the, well, loot box menu. They'll make a little distinct noise, which once you hear it once, you'll probably pick up on it. You can either punch it or shoot it, and it'll shoot out loot depending on the color in the front of it. I've only ever seen purple, but I'm sure that there might be like a legendary one out there or something. Maybe not, might just come in purple, but regardless, keep your ears open for those. So that was 10 little tips for beginners. I thank you for listening. If you learned anything that would help you or that you didn't already know, please leave a like. And if you want to keep updated on news of Apex Legends, drop a subscribe on my channel. If you didn't like the video, please go in the comments and tell me why, because I would like to improve my content. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.